name's Lauren. I am the maker and dyer behind lolodidit, a hand-dyed yarn business. We're based in Danville, Kentucky in the USA, and I'm here to share with you a whole bunch of stuff of what's been going on. So the last 2 weeks on the shop, we had a lot of Star Wars craziness. Now, all of those were limited time, and some of those were surprises, so I'm not going to share that with you. But just for those of you who are just joining us, who have never shopped with lolodidit before, we do celebrate the Star Wars holidays. So, and that's what's happening right now as I talk. My team is twisting up and tagging all of the Star Wars stuff, so I'm so excited for you guys to get Revenge of the Fifth in your hands because it's fantastic. So thank you all for ordering. Thank you all for having a really fun Star Wars day with me and trusting me with a surprise colorway. That is always like, I'm never sure what to expect when I put up a surprise colorway on the shop. And that one was really, really fun. And I know you won't be disappointed. So this one was a blast. So the second thing that's going on in the shop is I just literally like 10 minutes ago just released my brand new pattern collection called the My Fair Lady collection, and it is inspired by the play, the book, the movie My Fair Lady, or Pygmalion if you will, and it is so much fun. So to kind of give you a little bit of background, I've been doing chat room based knit-alongs for over a year now, probably almost close to 2 years now. And in one of the first sweater knit-alongs that I did, a lot of people were wondering how to alternate skeins. My favorite method to alternate skeins to get like an even tone throughout your sweater is called helical knitting. And a lot of people hadn't heard of it. And I was kind of surprised. So I decided to put together a collection that featured helical knitting, but in stripes. So if you see this, in stripes. So that you can learn the technique, have fun with it, do new patterns, but then take that same knowledge that you just made with your helical knitting in all of these patterns and apply it to sweater knitting. So I thought that would be really fun for everybody. So I came up with 5 patterns. The first pattern in the series, now, just so you guys know, it does have the information all on my website. It also has it on Ravelry and pretty much anywhere you can find all of my stuff. But this is being sold as a collection only. So right now, between now and June 18th, you can only purchase the 5 patterns as a unit, as a whole. So they are 5 patterns. If you use my coupon code CHOCOLATES, all caps, chocolates, I'll write it down at the bottom, you can get 50% off the pattern for this week only. So that coupon code expires on Sunday night. I do not know the date of Sunday, so I will also write it here. Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So 50% off of 5 patterns is, yeah, basically getting 2 patterns for free, which is awesome. So I hope that you guys enjoy that, enjoy the discount code, and I will share with you now the collection. I didn't actually bring all of them with me. It completely slipped my mind this morning. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do a podcast, and this is gonna be great. And then I forgot to bring all of the samples with me, but I will share pictures as I'm going through them. So the first pattern of the collection, and this one does release first, is the My Fair Lady cowl. So pretty. Oh my gosh. So this is knit with 1 skein of Guernsey Sport, 1 skein of Solo, and you can see that here, and then sometimes you hold it together with a fluff such as alpaca fluff or molo, and either one of those would work. And sometimes you don't. So it's really cool. It plays with different textures and tones, and you have the helical knitting in there, and it is fabulous. I love it so much. So this is what started it all. I actually started the pattern collection doing this cowl and was like, why would I stop there? So this is the My Fair Lady cowl. This is the first one. I also designed a hat pattern, which is called Doolittle hat. I'll put a picture in here. It is that my sample is knit with the colorways Narnia and Angry Rhino, and that is a worsted weight hat, so it's simple worsted. So this one was knit out of my colorways Hello Gorgeous and Folsom. Then I also did socks. So I'll put a picture in here, and the picture that I'm using is actually a picture from one of my test knitters. So thank you, Stacy. She used the Downton Abbey Club colorway and double espresso. So that's this picture. And then the last one, second to last one is the Eliza mittens, which I'll show here. And that I knit out of Material Girl and Anduin. Fantastic. This was a really fun way. Eliza, the character in if you're watching the movie, I'm going to assume that you're going to watch the movie now because you're going to get this collection. But Eliza is a really spunky woman. She has a drive. She knows what she wants to get out of life. She wants to better herself. She's pull yourself up by her bootstraps kind of person. And she goes through all of these changes in her personality throughout it. It's just a really strong woman character. That's why I really like this movie. And of course, Audrey Hepburn is amazing. So I played with colors kind of going off of Eliza's character and the changes. So she goes from Material Girl and Anduin, like the mittens, to this soft, elegant, that mauve dress that she's wearing toward the middle end of the movie. So it's really fun. And then I got the stripes. The idea for the stripes came from her dress that she wore at the racetrack. So it's just kind of, it like all came together and worked out. It was a really good experience. So I'm just thrilled with it. So this is the My Fair Lady cowl. And then the last one I just showed you was Eliza mitts. So I'm going to show you a couple more samples. I actually kind of begged people to send me their samples because I was so excited about this collection. So I'm going to show you that right now. So this one is by Jen. So thank you, Jen. She was one of my test knitters, and she knit hers out of Beauty School Dropout and Julep, and it turned out fantastic. It's just so pretty. It's just so different. Like mine was going for like this elegant look, and this is just so fun. And it's just like you can do anything with all of these colors put together. And it's kind of fun to see what they look like in the stripes versus on their own in different sections. It's fantastic. So thank you so much, Jen, for letting me borrow this and show this on the podcast. And this one was from Carrie. So Carrie, thank you so much for letting me use your sample. This one is knit out of Julep and That's Amore. And you can tell the difference. So, and this is really interesting, guys. I want to make sure to point this out. This is also Julep. So Julep on Solo, and this is Julep on Guernsey Sport. So it does turn out a lot lighter on Guernsey Sport. So when you're picking your colors for this, because this one uses 3 different yarn bases, Guernsey Sport, Solo, and the Alpaca Fluff. Solo is going to take the colors more vibrantly, and Guernsey Sport will take it a little bit lighter. So just to keep that in mind, if when you're playing with colors in your head or on my website, if you're clicking through them, just know that that is one of the big differences between the yarn bases, which I think is really fun when you're mixing them up so that you can get different tones. But this is just so beautiful. So thank you so much, Carrie, for letting me borrow this. I love it. And this pattern is one of those that if you've knit one of my patterns before, I use weight a lot so that you can calculate your weight as you're going so you don't run out of yarn, or so that you can use up every last scrap you possibly can. So this does use weight, and as you go through the sections, it will give you options depending on how much yarn you have left. It's kind of like a follow your own adventure type of knit the cowl. So it's really fun, and it's really nice to be able to use it up like most of your yarn. You're not going to use up every single little bit because, you know, that would be impossible, but you're using up almost all of it, which is really fun to do. So I have, look at all these My Fair Lady cowls. Oh my gosh. And they're so squishy because they use fluff. You can do an option in my pattern that will knit it with 2 skeins of Guernsey Sport instead of using the fluff. But it will turn out to be significantly shorter of a cowl. So I think it's like 7 inches shorter. So you know, just to keep in mind, you can do that. There is an alternative, and I do write it in on how to do that. And like the pattern changes are all there, which is great. Thank you again to my testers, Lori. You're awesome. So she's the one who did it in 2 skeins of Guernsey Sport for me so that we could figure all that out. So, but I just wanted to let you know that is an option, and you can do that if you have some type of aversion to fluff. For me, I don't knit with Molo because it causes me to have a little bit of a breakout on my hands. I'm not necessarily allergic to it. It just is, for some reason, irritates my hands. But that's why I started carrying alpaca fluff, and that's what I used in mine. And it's like soft as butter. It is great. So I highly recommend trying the alpaca fluff if you've never tried it before. It's luxurious. And then of course Guernsey Sport is another of my luxury yarn bases. It's one of my absolute favorites. It's a non-superwash, and it is just so squishy and lovely. So I hope you guys try that with your My Fair Lady cowl. Again, the pattern collection is 50% off just for this week only using the coupon code chocolates. So last pattern that is in the collection, because I've only told you about 4, is, let me put those over there, is this one. This is the Higgins cowl. And I wanted to make something, my husband likes cowls, and he likes wearing them in the wintertime because they're not so tight against your neck, and they don't have the strands hanging down like scarves, so he likes just throwing on a cowl. And I thought, oh my gosh, I would love to knit my husband a cowl from this collection. And so that's where my like gears started turning, and I was like, oh, but he will not wear baubles or fluff. Like, I just know this about him. So I had to start thinking about what would my husband like, but also make it really like sophisticated and beautiful, and also very Higgins, Professor Higgins. And if you've seen him, if you've seen the movie, I mean, he is just really GQ. I don't know, like really posh and proper, but he has a flair, and I love that. And so I needed to get his personality into a cowl while also satisfying my husband's need for having a super luxurious cowl around his neck. So I came up with this. This has the helical knitting texture with knits and pearls, and then a trellis like texture pattern, which uses slip stitches. It's very, very simple to do. It looks complicated. It's not. I promise you, you can do it. So that's what this is, and this uses 2 skeins of Guernsey Sport. So again, it's a smaller version, a little bit shorter version than the My Fair Lady cowl, and it knits up really fast. It's sport weight. It's fantastic. And I used in the sample, so thank you, Carol, for the sample. This is my colorways, brand new colorways that just came out. Dragonfly and Amber is the dark goldy tan color, and then this one just came out today. This is called Denim, and this is a really lovely blue tone, and I think that the camera's picking it up correctly. I mean, it's just so pretty. It's like the nice faded wash of your favorite pair of blue jeans, so that's why we called it Denim. It's really, really pretty. So that's the whole collection, the whole thing. And I don't think that you guys will ever get me to take this off. This is amazing. My husband might not actually get this. He doesn't really know that it's for him yet, because I was going to surprise him to let him know that I designed a cowl for him, but I don't know. I might not give it to him. So that's what I've been up to. I have been designing this collection since last fall, and as you guys know, we moved to Kentucky, like completely across the country in the meantime. So it's been kind of like a long journey of this collection for me, like as I've been designing it for a really long time, and probably, I don't know, like 8 months, I would say, of designing this collection. And it's been really, really fun and enjoyable, and I love the inspiration to it. It like makes my musical heart skip a beat, you know, like all of that stuff. So it was really fun. I hope you guys enjoy the collection. We do have a knit along going on, so from now until the end of July, you can join my knit along. All the details are all the way at the bottom of my website, and there's a little section that says have fun, and it will say knit alongs, and you click on that and it'll have everything that your heart could desire with knit alongs going on in all of my groups. But this one will go span May, June, July. Yeah, not quite. It's like 2.5 months. But this pattern collection, while you're purchasing, if you purchase it today or whenever you want to, this pattern collection is being released one pattern at a time. So each week, starting this Friday, I will release one pattern through that. So if you purchase it, you will get an automated email basically every Friday with a new pattern. So they'll keep on coming out, and you can participate for the 2.5 months with any pattern that you'd like, and however many times that you want to knit any one of these in the collection. And then all of your finished objects, any finished ones that you finish for this knit along, for this collection, will go into the prize pool. So I thought that would be really fun if we made it really long, not a lot of pressure, and also patterns are coming out a little at a time. So you have a lot of time to like plan, get your yarn, figure out what you want, chit chat with the group and talk about the colors that you're picking and all of that stuff. So I wanted to kind of spread it out and not make it so overwhelming, like, hey, here's these 5 patterns and knit them all in a month. Like, I didn't want to do that. I like having some time. I'm definitely the person who starts all the projects and doesn't necessarily finish them. So for all of you guys out there who are like myself, it gives you plenty of time to get them done. So I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you join. If you've never joined one of my knit-alongs before, they're really, really fun. We have a really good time. It's great camaraderie, lots of knowledge. There's a lot of knitters in there who know so much about knitting and can point you in the right direction or give you resources. People who have knit with different colorways of mine. A lot of people are like, today one person said, hey, has anybody ever knit with Cherry Blossom? I want to see it knit up. And another person posted, and then now they're talking about that pattern that they were knitting with it. And just it's ever ongoing, always happening. And even if you miss a few days, like this weekend, I personally was super busy. So I missed a couple of days, and I popped right on. It's like no time has passed. I'm like, hey, what's up, everybody? It's just really fun. We've all made really good friends over the course of the time in the chat rooms. And people come and go, and they come in, and then they come out, and then we don't see them for a few months, and they come back. And it's always like everybody has a party every time we see a person that we haven't seen in a few months. We're like, oh my gosh, you're here, yay! So it's just been a lot of fun, and I think that you would get a lot out of it. And I think that it's a great place to join in and get your knitting done and get inspiration from others. So I hope you join us in the knit along. It's like I said, it's hosted in a chat room, so it's all text talking, and we do have Zooms once a week. I have a Zoom once a week during the day, during the week usually, and then my weekend Zooms are through Patreon only. So but if you want to join in, you absolutely can, and I encourage you to do it. So I will stop rambling about my knit-alongs. It's so much fun. So that's the collection. It's called the My Fair Lady collection. It's available on my website and on Ravelry. And have fun. Yeah, I'm excited. So I get almost done with this podcast and I realize I didn't even tell you what's on my table. So this is the two new colorways that just came out. It's also in the Higgins cowl, part of my Fair Lady collection. This is denim and dragonfly and amber. So I wanted to make sure to show you what they look like in the skein. This is on Simple DK. And like I said before, depending on which base you pick, the colors can vary. So like on Guernsey Sport, they're just a touch lighter. Our Sound of Music collection is coming to an end soon, but we did release a new Sound of Music colorway this year that wasn't a part of the original collection, and this is called I Have Confidence. And this was featured in my Maybe It's Time shawl. I'll put a picture in here. It's so beautiful. So the pictures just don't do it justice. You can see all the tones. Really, really pretty. And we've got Ballerina on Point, which also was a new colorway released this year. This was part of my Impressionist collection that I had like 2.5 years ago or something like that. And so I released this colorway. It is inspired by the Impressionist painting by Degas. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I'll just write it down here. But it's really beautiful, and I think that you would really love it. So I wanted to show that off one more time before it retires in a couple weeks. This is the latest Hippo, Dance Like No One's Watching. That one just came out and will be retiring soon because they come out and retire really fast. And then this is Reverie, which came out like 2 days ago. And it is gorgeous. Like, I cannot even explain to you how amazing this is. So I thought I would show it off in the podcast to show you guys what it is. This one is Everyday Sock, really pretty. So yeah, check it out. Very pretty. So I wanted to share with you those colorways before I talk to you about all of my knitting adventures that have been happening lately. So the last thing I wanted to share with you is I have actually been knitting for knot patterns. So a couple weeks ago, 2 weekends ago, we traveled down south and were able to check out some sheep for our farm, which is crazy. So we're kind of looking at that, seeing what kind of fleece, kind of getting into that, and we got a crash course in like Sheep 101 and Fleece 101 and Spinning 101. All in 2 days. It was really intense, but the woman who we went to see, her name's Karen, she is fantastic and just very knowledgeable about a lot of different aspects of that side of the industry that I've been a part of yarn, and she's been more a part of like spinning and weaving. And it was really fun. So it was really fun to take our two passions and put them together and talk about it. And so while we were traveling, I got a lot of car knitting time. So I wanted to show you, this has been a whip for forever. I think for like a year. And I finished almost all of the body except for like an inch plus the ribbing. And then I set it aside. I was doing other stuff. So this is the Floozy 2 by Truly Myrtle. And so on the car trip, I knit just an inch at the bottom and then this ribbing, and then I got this sleeve done. And I used my colorways Hippo for Dia de los Muertos, Beauty School Dropout, and Troll Hair. And I think it's adorable. I cannot wait to wear this. Now that I've gotten so far, I'm like, I've got to finish this. It's still cool this spring. I totally want to wear this. So I've been trying to hurry up and finish it so that I can start my next one. So speaking about all of the knit-alongs, I started another sweater knit-along. Now, to join my sweater knit-alongs, you do not actually have to knit the exact sweater that I'm telling you to knit. You can knit any sweater you want as long as it's out of lolodidit yarn, but I do try to choose a sweater that many people can knit all at once. So a lot of us are knitting the Dolly cardigan that Truly Myrtle released just like 2 weeks ago. And that has been really fun to watch everybody, but of course I haven't gotten past my swatch because I got into sleeve heaven. So I couldn't stop knitting it. So I'm going to knit my Dolly. It's just going to take me a minute. So I need to finish this. I'm hoping that if I could just like knit an hour every night, which probably will never happen, but if I could, I might get it done. So we're going to see. So that's what I've been working on lately. And I can't wait to start on my Dolly. I picked Baby Got Yak, Naked Baby Got Yak as my main color. And then I did Sunglasses Not Included and Material Girl I'm Dreamy as my 2 other colors. And I cannot wait. It's going to look so cute. So anyways, I think that's it. I hope I answered all your questions. If I didn't, you can comment below. You can always talk to us in one of my chat rooms. You can email us, support@lolodidit.com. You can get in touch with me however you need to. All the way at the bottom of lolodidit.com is a section that says connect. And so you can see all of the ways to connect with us. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. It's beautiful here in Kentucky. I hope it's beautiful where you are as well. And I hope to see you in the My Fair Lady knit-along. And I thank you all so very much for all of your support and your love. And thank you to all of my sample knitters and test knitters and my tech editor, Trisha, for putting this, helping me get this entire collection together so I can get it out into your hands. So thank you all so much. I will talk to you soon. Love you guys.